Hi guys. Hi guys. I'm making dinner. I said I was going to talk about China this week, although I don't know if there's much to be said. I have kind of an update anyway. I'm currently making ramen noodles. I've shown you my ramen noodles before, but I've been living them for a while. Honestly, I was going out once a day for a meal. Glasses. Glasses. I was going out once a day for a meal, a real meal, until about 2 days ago when I had an attack of gout. If you don't know, I have gout, and previously the only thing that triggered it was beer. That is no longer the case. Maybe it wasn't before, and I just wasn't eating much of the foods that trigger it. But I think it got triggered by the place that I'm eating every day. You know, when I was in Hanoi, the beach town that I was at before this, when I was there, I was going out every day, and I would eat. Like one day, I would eat fast food. Which, that's not a super healthy choice. But then some days I would go out and have banh mi. That's the little Vietnamese sandwiches. They're really good. Love those. Sometimes I'd have pho. It was kind of a variety of things. And never got sick. Never had a gout issue. But since lockdown, there's only one place nearby here to eat. And that place doesn't serve the healthiest food, although it's pretty good. I didn't think this was going to happen for sure, but I guess a few days in a row I ate the fish, and it's the oily kind of fish, and apparently that's something that's on the list for gout. So I've had an attack of gout, and haven't been able to walk across the street to get any food, which, I mean, that's the only place that I can eat anyway, so I don't really want to go back there if I can help it, because, you know, gout. So I've just been eating only ramen noodles for about 2 days now. But I don't really, considering this is caused by diet, I'm not terribly much in the mood to eat extravagantly or eat, rich food anyway, because that is kind of what does it. So just ramen noodles has been good for me. Hopefully, boy, I cannot get this open. Hopefully, ramen noodles will be enough to let me survive until the gout attack passes. And yeah, that's the update. A lot of pain at night. I'm actually feeling, I'm gonna knock on wood before I say this, but I'm feeling fine right now. I shouldn't say fine. I can't actually walk, but I'm not getting that constant throbbing pain that you get from a gout attack. Although I expect that to flare up again tonight. That's the way it works for some reason. When you lay down to go to sleep, the pain just comes back, and last night it was in full force, and I was up most of the night. And then you end up sleeping most of the day away. The other update is my boss, who, it's possible in all this that I got confused and have not, understood what he was saying, but he told me that he would have classes for me next month, and so that I could get a paycheck next month, and that would be great if I can do that. Since I'm locked down this month anyway, I'm not spending a lot of money, so if I can get back on track next month, that would be great. And then the other day he calls me, and he didn't cancel the classes, but he's like, I think I messaged him first, and I was like, what we need to get ready, and what do you want me to do, and what are the classes that I've got. If I'm going to make lessons plans for them, I need to know what classes I'm going to have, or a class. I don't know if he's got more than one class, to be honest. And there was a bit of back and forth, and I was kind of pushing to try and get some information out of him. And then he writes back with this like series of incredibly nasty messages about why I'm making this so difficult, and what have I been doing all month, and blah blah blah. He said, "What have you been doing for 2 weeks since the you know coronavirus started?" Because I came in here around April 1st, and remember what date it was. It might have been the 31st or the 1st or something like that. But anyway, I've been in here for about 3 weeks. And so that would be a completely valid question. What have you been doing all this time if he was paying me? But I'm fairly sure he has no intention of paying me this month. Which, I'm not doing any work, so that's fine. But then he starts with, what have you been doing all this time? Like you've just been wasting this whole month. And I'm like, well, you're not paying me, so I don't really give a shit what you think. I'm not on, if you're not sending me money, I have to say, I'm supposed to be a salaried employee, right? That's what you make a contract for. You make a contract and then you pay your employees in accordance with the contract. And if you don't have classes or the school's not open, that's not my problem. I don't give a shit when the school is open. We made a contract. You need to be paying me. But I haven't said anything like that. I know he's not got any students, and he's probably lost the students that he had, and school's not making any money. So I haven't said anything, not said a word. And then he calls me and he's like, "Well, what have you been doing all month? You need to be, getting to work." And I'm like, "Well, you're not paying me this month, right? I don't expect to get. I didn't get paid on the 15th. So why do you think that? Why do you think I'm going to be working for you?" I don't understand what he's thinking. But I'm going to get my lesson plans ready for classes next month. I'm fine with that. And I'm going to send those off to the supervisor. By the way, we still have 10 days. It was the 21st, so we have 9 days to the end of the month. Over a week. Okay, so I don't understand what the urgency is, and no date was ever given. Make sure you have this stuff to me by this date. So I'm not sure why he's freaking out all of a sudden. Because I asked him questions. I was like, what, because I want to know. I want to know what, I want to know who's in charge of all this. I want to know what they want me to do, what classes I'm going to get. These are reasonable questions. If you want me to teach classes, tell me what classes you got for me. This is incredibly stupid. He's losing his shit on me because I'm asking him questions that he should know about his own school. But, I'm going to send an apology letter because it was, he sent me all these nasty gram messages, and it was really stuff like, I thought it was super inappropriate stuff, like reminding me how many people are dead in the U.S. and that I'm trapped in a foreign country. I was like, these are not points I need reminding. I'm the one that's trapped in the foreign country. Why are you trying to stress me out more than I already am when you're sitting at home doing nothing? And rich to boot. Like he's one of the few people in all this that doesn't have to worry about anything. When all this is over, he's still gonna be rich. He'll be just fine. And he has chosen through all this not to pay his employees, even though he drives around in a car that could pay the salaries of both schools for at least a year. And he's like, no, I'm gonna keep my money. Why would I give you any? And then he wants to send me a nasty message? No, this is, if I was confused before, I'm not anymore. I'll definitely be going somewhere else next year. This guy's, he just has no idea what's appropriate. He can't run his school. He can't make any of it work because he has no idea how to behave. So I'm going to just let him go with what he wants. But I'm going to send him a message apologizing for putting him under such stress when, he's having such a difficult time. It's not a genuine, it's not genuine concern. But anyway, I've got gout. He's going nuts. I wish I could, show you some stuff in Hanoi. Maybe next week I will be able to. Tomorrow was a possible date of possible release date. So maybe I will go outside the hotel. Although there's still not a lot I can do. But we are getting closer to the point where I've got to apply for another visa if I'm going to stay here in in Vietnam. And honestly, there's not much choice if um, the border doesn't open up. So I think I'm if the border does open up, I'll of course go back. If it doesn't, I will see how much it costs to do another month. And yeah, other than that, I guess that's the plan right now. If I can afford to do another month and stay here, and the lockdown ends, then I'll probably leave Hanoi and go somewhere cheaper, probably back to Quai Non, because it was just so nice there. Why would I not want to go back there? And there you go. That's about the plan right now. Insofar as there is a plan, until some of this larger stuff gets settled, like the border. I can't imagine how much longer they're going to keep the border closed. They've been closed off to all foreigners for a month now, and it seems like that's something that it's going to need to change. I mean, I don't see how long China can stay completely closed off. I mean, they could go back to the old China and actually be completely closed off all the time. That's not impossible, but it seems like there's a lot of business in China now that requires international contacts, and they're not getting them. So who knows? And then the long term, that's what I was really going to talk about when I said I was going to talk about China, but the long term of staying in China. Question mark, question mark. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't really feel comfortable there anymore. It seemed like the U.S. and China had really good relations for a while, and now not so much. And yeah, who knows? I don't really know. I might consider going elsewhere, but it's not something I can do just on the fly. So, if at all possible, I want to go back and get my belongings and save up enough money to make a move, and that may be another year. But who knows if that's even realistic to stay there another year. I mean, some people seem to say everything's fine, it's back to normal now, no problem, and maybe it is. But I don't think I have the resources just up and leave permanently all of a sudden. And good God knows I don't want to go back to the U.S. Everything I've heard out of the U.S. is awful. Certainly not just the news, from friends too. Yeah, it does not seem like things are going well there. Not at the moment. So, I hope everything is going well with you guys. Anybody that's listening, hope you're doing good, and good luck to you. And sorry this was such a down and boring post, but I'm down with gout for a moment. Hopefully that'll be over by next week. It's been a few days already. Attacks usually don't last terribly long. And maybe I'll perk up once I'm able to get out. And I kind of feel like I'm going to be in here locked in my hotel room. Normally I was going out at least once a day, go get food, if nothing else. Then I hit this attack of gout, and I haven't left the hotel room for a couple of days now. So when that's over, I'll go back out, and I have this image in my head that I'm going to walk out and everything's going to be opened back up. But even when they do open up, it's restaurants and bars and coffee shops. They're not going to open probably. It's going to take them a while. But at least I'll be able to get out on the street and walk around the park and get some exercise. That'll be good. And maybe if some takeaway food places open up, I'll be able to get some healthier food. I was talking with the guy downstairs. He may be able to hook me up with some healthier food than what I've been eating. So good luck to everybody. Cross your fingers. We're getting through this. It's progressing along somewhat. And I'll talk to you guys again next week.